Hello, friends. Ever thought about the world's most expensive currency? It's not the US dollar nor the British pound. It's the Kuwaiti dinar. Imagine this. A single US dollar is hovering around 75 Indian rupees, while €1 has crossed the 85 rupee mark. Even the mighty British pound is more than 100 rupees. But hold on to your hats, because these are not the most expensive currencies out there. Here's a revelation that might surprise you. The world's most expensive currency is not the widely used US dollar or the iconic British pound. It's the Kuwaiti dinar, a currency from a small oil-rich country in the Middle East. Yes, that's right. One Kuwaiti dinar is almost equal to 250 Indian rupees. Now this naturally leads us to the question, what makes the Kuwaiti dinar so special, so valuable, that it outshines even the most popular currencies in the world? Now, you must be wondering, what makes the Kuwaiti dinar so special? Let's delve into its fascinating history. Believe it or not, 70, 80 years ago, Kuwait's currency was issued by the Indian government. This might sound like a surprising fact, but it's absolutely true. Let's delve into the fascinating history of Kuwait's currency. Back in the day, the currency used in Kuwait was known as the Gulf rupee. This currency was not only printed by the Reserve Bank of India, but it also bore a striking resemblance to the Indian rupee. The two currencies were so similar that the only distinguishing factor was a single letter. The numbers on the Gulf rupee began with a Z, setting it apart from its Indian counterpart. Interestingly, despite its Indian origins, the Gulf rupee was not used within India. It was exclusively for foreign use, specifically in the Persian Gulf region. Now you might be wondering, why did Kuwait use a currency issued by the Indian government? The answer to this question lies in the annals of history. For nearly 2 centuries, from 1763 until 1961, the British Empire had control over the Persian Gulf area, which included Kuwait. However, the degree of control varied over the years. It was under British India's government that it was decided to use the Indian rupee in Kuwait. This was primarily because Kuwait's economy was relatively small, and it was more convenient to use an already established currency. When India gained independence in 1947, it allowed Kuwait to continue using the Indian rupee. At that time, the same rupee was being used in both India and Kuwait. Remember, this was a period when Kuwait's economy was still small, as the oil boom had not yet occurred. Even though oil was discovered in Kuwait in the late 1930s, due to World War II, Kuwait was unable to sell much oil to the rest of the world. The oil boom in Kuwait didn't start until the 1960s. However, a few years after India's independence, a problem arose. So what changed after India's independence, and why did Kuwait decide to issue its own currency? Let's find out. The 1960s marked a significant turning point for Kuwait's economy, the oil boom. This was a period of rapid economic growth and wealth accumulation, spurred by the discovery of vast oil reserves in the late 1930s. However, the full potential of this black gold was not realized until the 1960s, due to the interruptions caused by World War II. The oil boom dramatically transformed Kuwait's economy. It went from being a small, primarily pearl diving nation to one of the wealthiest countries in the world. This newfound wealth brought about a surge in economic activities. The oil revenues funded infrastructure projects, public services, and a burgeoning public sector, catapulting Kuwait into the modern age. But with this transformation came a crucial need, a need for Kuwait to have its own currency. The Gulf rupee, issued by the Reserve Bank of India, no longer served the country's growing economic complexities. It was time for Kuwait to assert its financial independence. Thus, in 1961, the Kuwaiti dinar was born. The new currency was pegged to a basket of currencies of Kuwait's major trading partners, providing it with stability and international credibility. This was an important step, as it ensured that the Kuwaiti dinar was not subject to extreme fluctuations in value, providing a level of economic security for the nation. Over the years, the value of the Kuwaiti dinar has steadily risen, reflecting the country's economic strength and stability. It's interesting to note that even during periods of global financial crises, the dinar has maintained its high value. This is largely due to Kuwait's vast oil reserves and the government's prudent fiscal policies. The rise of the Kuwaiti dinar to become the world's most expensive currency is a fascinating tale of history, politics, and economy. It's a testament to the dynamic and ever-changing nature of global currencies.